Hi, my name's Sean and I'm going to teach you over the next few videos how to play some of the greatest songs of all time on this instrument right here. This is a ukulele, and the advantage of a ukulele is that anyone who has never played music before in their life can pick one up and start playing their favorite songs in a very, very short period of time. You'll notice that the ukulele only has 4 strings. They're very, very soft and they're made of what we call Nile gut, which is essentially a synthetic gut. It's a lot softer than a standard guitar string, and given that there's only 4 of them, your chord shapes are a lot easier to form, and it's a lot easier under your fingers. So if you've ever encountered those kind of feelings before on a larger instrument like a guitar and found that too difficult, a ukulele might be just the thing for you. What I'm holding here is a tenor ukulele, and there are 3 main sizes of ukulele. The sopranos are typically quite small, concerts are a bit bigger, and tenors are a bit bigger again. I've chosen this one particularly because of my hand size. I've got, I guess, what we call a medium to a large hand, and I fit much better on a tenor. You personally, the only way to kind of figure out the best size is to just have a feel, try a few, and then pick one based on what's most comfortable for you. The best thing about ukes is that they come in so many different shapes, sizes, looks and variations. I chose this one to do these demos today because it looks like a coffee shot down the center, and I'm a huge fan of coffee, so I thought that was good enough a reason. First thing we're going to cover is tuning. So tuning of the uke is much like playing the uke, very, very easy, particularly if you have the right tools. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the pitch for you. So if you are at home and you don't have a tuner, you don't have an app or an electronic device to help you, then you can hopefully use your ear, but ideally an app or a device would make this a lot easier. So the first note that I'm going to play is the 4th string. So I know that it may seem counterintuitive that the one that's kind of closest to me would be string 4, but with things like guitar and ukulele, we do count this way. So string 1, 2, 3, and then string 4. So string 4 is going to be a G. Have a listen to this. Play that back as many times as you need. Have a listen to your uke, have a listen to this one, and see exactly if you can hear what the difference is. If you're having a lot of trouble, come into a store, any store, and get yourself a tuner. But if you can hear that, and you can match that closely with your own, then you're off to a really, really good start. The next string, string 3, is tuned to a C, and it may be a little counterintuitive again because we've gone from a high string to a lower sounding string. This C is the lowest string on the uke, and part of the uke's heritage in the way that it sounds is kind of the odd tuning of the strings where one stays really, really high, and then we go low, and then we go higher and higher again, which sounds like this all together. You may have heard, "My dog has fleas," before as a way of pitching it and tuning it yourself. So what we're going to do again is we're just going to go through those pitches. So this is your G, this is your C. I'll play that a couple more times just so you can get the pitch. The next string, string 2, is going to be an E. And next string, an A. An electronic tuner is easily the best way to go about doing this. This is one of my favorites here. It's the Ernie Ball Flex tune. It's very, very accurate and has a very, very bright screen. You can probably see it from there. I'm right in the middle. The tuners will give you a visual representation of whether you are sharp or flat from the note that you're trying to get to. Just like that. So now that we've covered tuning, we're just going to cover the first chord. Now, the first chord that I'm going to show you today is the most common chord used in ukulele music, if not music in general. It is the C major chord, and it is so simple and so easy. It only requires 1 finger in your left hand to play. So before we get started, the way that you hold a uke correctly is to try and cradle it in your forearm, like this, holding it nice and close to you and making sure that that's going to take most of the weight, and your hand just kind of steadies it. If that's a little bit troublesome for you, ukuleles can be fitted with straps so that they can hang off you and that will take most of the weight. Or if you feel more comfortable, again, just do what I'm doing right now. One leg raised, the instrument kind of cradled right here, and then your hands just in those positions, like I said, to hold it in place. Whatever is most comfortable for you is going to be the right way for you. And you'll hear me probably say that a lot throughout these videos. So, first chord. Your third finger is going to play the first, second, third fret. Now, we're counting frets as the metal bar, in case you've never heard that reference before. So 1, 2, 3. Third fret on the first string with our third finger. We want to try and play with the tip of your finger just behind that metal fret, and that is going to give you a really nice clean and clear sound. And you want just enough force with your thumb on the back of the neck to support your finger. It should sound like this. You may notice that I strummed with my thumb first, and then I used my first finger. The way that most people feel comfortable playing the ukulele is by strumming with their first finger, and that's going to look like this. You may also notice that I'm not actually playing it over the sound hole, which many people would assume is where you play the uke. Because of where you hold it, and because of how where you play the uke will actually affect the sound, you're generally going to get the warmest, most pleasant tone if you play the instrument at the join of the neck and the body. And that's going to look like this again. Now, if you do feel more comfortable playing with your thumb, that's fine too. That's absolutely fine. The best way to figure it out is to experiment between them and just see what's going to work best for you. If neither of those feels comfortable or right, you can actually use a ukulele specific pick. Now, these are designed to be very, very soft, very, very pliable, and not to damage your instrument. So you want to hold it with half of the pick out of your finger and strum nice and lightly. Don't think about grabbing the string and pulling it. Think about gliding over the string. You probably hear that each of those different strumming styles is going to give you a different sound. Experimentation is key. Try out a few different types and just see what you like. I'm going to use my first finger because that's what I'm most comfortable with. So going back to that chord, first finger, second finger, third finger, right there on that fret, on the third fret of the first string. Your C major chord is the most common chord that you're going to play. I personally guarantee it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to strum down, 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 down. 4 strums. If it's going to help you at home, keep the beat with your foot if you want to. I'm going to count us in and we're going to strum together. If you want, let me go for a few times and then you can just join in, and feel free to replay this video back as many times as you need to go over these basics. There's absolutely no shame in taking your own time and making sure that you understand everything and you're doing everything correctly. This is how it's going to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first section of the video series that we're going to be doing. Literally just scroll a little bit further down for the next section or rewatch this as many times as you need. Hope to see you in the next one.